Hi everyone, welcome to the Path of the Awenydd. I'm your big bad wolf of astrology, Blythe My Droog, for your weekly forecast for the 26th of October to the 1st of November. This week we're going to discuss the trining of Venus to Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, which is counterbalancing the effects of Mars squaring those planets. And we also have Mercury squaring those planets as well. We'll also talk about how Mercury retrograde is going backwards into Libra, while Venus is also moving forward into Libra. So we'll have a look at those right after this. Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly forecast for the 26th of October to the 1st of November. We start out the week with Venus in your second house of personal resources and personal values. Um, you're loving life at the moment, enjoying the finer things in life. This is trining up to Saturn and Pluto in your sixth house of work and daily routines. So there, I can see that the work that you're doing, you're enjoying it, and this is feeding into your personal values and personal resources. Um, there is you know your limits of what you can spend and what you're making. You've got the details sorted. Um, there's also a renewed passion, maybe not renewed passion, but there's a deeper connection to what you're doing and how you value that and how it values your adds value to your life. We can also see it trining up to your eighth house of shared resources with Neptune. So you have definitely have a ideal or dream goal in mind. Maybe a mortgage on a house or maybe a loan for a new car. It's something to do either with finances in the sense of loans, debts, or shared resources such as joint bank accounts or mortgages. So all that is working really well with your sixth house of work. You do have a conflict or tension in coming out of the ninth house with Mars retrograde in Aries. Um, this could mean, this could signify that any plans to go traveling could be disruptive. Ninth house is regard the has to do with travel, long distance travel, relocations, philosophy, higher learning, things like that. So we can either say that you're thinking of relocating or a long trip somewhere. This could have the knock-off effect of disrupting your everyday activities and your work. But it's the conflict there is that you're going to try to overcompensate. So you're going to try to keep doing what you're doing, and it's going to get a bit too much if you do decide that. Or you are thinking about maybe signing up for some um, higher learning classes like a university or a college and taking on this added additional workload for school, which could also affect your work and your day-to-day activities. So just bear that in mind. Um, we also have the Sun and Mercury retrograde conjunct in your fourth house. Uh, at this time of year, your home and your family become more focused for you, especially with how you want it to be. Um, Mercury retrogrades is is hinting that we are thinking about past um, home life, what it was like to be at home, maybe when we were kids. You're just reflecting, um, reminiscing about the old days, possibly, or maybe with just previous um, houses that you had or homes where you felt most secure and family life. This is in opposition up with Uranus in your 10th house of career and long-term goals. And there's a need for self-expression at home and at work, and there seems to be some kind of conflict there. So maybe your Uranus in your 10th house is asking you to be creative, innovative, and being able to express yourself at work. And this is having some kind of negative um, no. Uh, but you also got your focus on your home life at the moment, so there's a bit of a conflict there. Uh, the thing to do for this would be to maybe be able to express yourself and from your home. I know a lot of us are working from home at the moment, so maybe you could work from home more, or have a think about how you could bring a touch of your home into your career or your workplace. I mean, this has to do with career and long-term goals. So um, there's a decision, or there are two choices, and you think that you have more, that you can only choose one, which isn't the case with oppositions. Oppositions are about balance. So you have that work-home life balance that you need to achieve, and to be able to express yourself in those as well. There's some inner struggles, and maybe you're questioning whether it's worth you uh, questioning your career at the moment, possibly, or how it affects your home life. So maybe there isn't a work-life balance that's working for you. So you need to have a look at that. As we carry on during the week, we can see that Mercury is squaring up to Saturn. This is some miscommunications, um, arguments coming out, especially with authorities or elders, um, and some negative thinking as well. So this is saying that we have uh, our work and home life aren't congealing. So it's starting to affect your mental health, and you're starting to snap at people, maybe especially at work. So you just need to maybe get that work-life balance and more focus on that. Maybe I think tend to see that there's a more emphasis on your work at the moment. So maybe you need to bring it home, maybe focus it more on your home, which is probably what the sun is saying as well. Uh, as we carry on, Mercury will also will move back into Libra in your third house of communications, siblings, um, neighbors. With Mercury retrograde, we are looking back at our old childhood neighborhoods and thinking about the times we had as a kid, possibly, and something that we need to learn in that position that will help us in our now. So maybe there's something in your childhood that you are reminiscing about, and you feel like it's missing in your life at the moment, and maybe that's something that for you to reflect on. It could also mean miscommunications, disruptions to emails, phone conversations, just communications in general with people around you. And this will affect your work life as well, especially with your higher ups, your people of authority. So just need to make sure that we are very clear when we're talking to people, and that we have all the data that we need to be able to express ourselves and to come off as um, knowing what we know. You still have Venus here, who also comes into Libra, who it rules, so her energy is very uh, energized there. Uh, she's still trending up to Saturn, so you still have some leeway with people in authority and at work. And they see you as very charming, very friendly, especially with Libra. Being in your communications house, you come off as very friendly, very um, balanced person. You enjoy keeping the peace. And yes, so that is working in your favor with this square with Saturn, but that will go away this in a few days. And then we will have Mercury squaring up to Pluto as well, which says that there's some kind of mistrust. Uh, for me, this means, to me, this is a sign that maybe there is some gossip going around in the workplace and some miscommunications that's making you fill in the gaps so that you're not getting the full story. So you are, or your imagination is um, filling in what you don't know, and it tends to be not good. So that's where that negative thinking comes in as well. So we just need to keep that in mind. Open communications with everybody involved. If there's something that you need to know, go to the source. And just remember to be calm about it and to make sure that you are expressing yourself, expressing the details that you need to. Make sure it's expressed clearly. Again, we still have Venus there working for you. And Venus in your third house communication will probably work in your favor anyway, even without the trine. Because this is all about keeping the peace and balance and being able to work with others and communicating with others. And Venus is in her element at the moment with that. So this is something that you love to do. So yeah, just keep that communication open and you'll be fine. Then we have on Saturday, Mercury squaring. No, it's not yet. There she is. Mercury squaring up to Jupiter here in your sixth house. Again, information overload. There's lots happening at work or in your day-to-day life, and it's just coming too much. Maybe back chatting. You're also thinking too big, too fast. You got to look at that detail. The sixth house is all about details. Being able to organize that information that you need. So we need to be able to focus on that. So I think with Mercury retrograde, again, you just need to slow your thinking down and don't run before you can walk type scenario. And just keep that in mind. We have this opposition between the Sun and Uranus that we talked about earlier. Comes to an exact on Halloween on Saturday. Again, this is about being out of character at work or at home, and trying to focus on your individuality and being able to express yourself, but in an environment where you have to deal with other people at home and at work. So you need to work on that. There will be a blue moon, which is a second full moon in a month, and on Halloween, the 31st. So this will be in conjunct with Uranus in your 10th house. So there'll be an added emotional factor into this, highlighting some link to to your thinking, of how you're feeling as well. That self-expression needs to come out. I will put another video out on the blue moon and link it into this video as well. And then we'll have the full moon opposite of the sun. But I will put that in another video, so you can watch that if you need to. And that is it for you, Leo. For the rest of Sunday is virtually the same. The opposition is starting to weaken, and the Mercury square starts to weaken. You still have that squares with Mercury, to just make sure that your communication is clear. Leo, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up. Please subscribe and leave any comments below because I would like to hear how you think these videos are going. Okay, and I hope you have a nice week.